So for the base plate bolts, those are gonna have to be 80 foot-pounds.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
What was that? If you've ever driven a 370Z and the shifter felt a little boring, vague, you're not alone. The stock throw is long, soft. The stock throw is long, the gates are soft, and every single time I come out of a corner in this thing, I wish it was tighter. So today, we're fixing that. This is Z1 Motorsports short shifter. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kevin and I make videos on my 370Z Nismo and my FL5 Type R right over there. Today, the main focus is the 370Z. I feel like I neglect this a lot. I've had this for a very long time and I can't wait to install it. As much as I love the 370Z, the shifter has always bothered me since I got the car. For about 10 years, and this is something I wanted to do for a very long time. So I'm glad that I'm finally going to install this short shifter. I've had this for probably like 2 or 3 years. I bought this a very long time ago when I bought like the undershroud and everything. And we're finally going to install it. I've been stalling to install this. I'm gonna show you the full install, what actually comes in the kit, but most importantly, how it feels after the install. Let's get right into it. But before we touch anything, let me actually explain why the 370Z shifter feels the way it does. So right now we have a zip tie and a measuring tape. We're gonna measure the distance from first to second. So right now we have it at about 6 inches. So once we shift to 1, it is about 5 inches, 7 for second. So from first to second is about 2 inches of throw right there, which is not terrible, but we're definitely gonna fix that. Sorry guys if it looks like I'm glazed up, but it is extremely hot today. It is, right now it's 85 and it's only 11 a.m. If you guys hear a fan, that is why, because it's hot. But what really kills it is the lack of feedback you get while you're shifting and driving on the road. You don't get that satisfying snap that you get in something like the Type R. I looked at a few options, still in JWT and Z1, and at the end of the day, I decided to go with Z1 Motorsports short shifter. The fitment on the VQ37 is well documented. The price point is very solid, and I've seen a lot of builds with this short shifter. And if you've never gotten anything from Z1, they make quality parts, so can't go wrong with Z1. The box showed up about 2 years ago. I couldn't tell you because it's been a very long time, but everything showed up. So let me show you what we're working with. So this is everything I got from Z1 when I ordered the short shifter. So of course we got the short shifter. I printed out the instructions for the short shifter on Z1 Motorsports website. Then I also got the lower shift boot kit from Z1. We're gonna see if we actually install this because I heard it's a nightmare to take off. Since we're gonna be down there, might as well do that too. We also got an OEM Nissan socket for the short shifter. I hear that this wears out a lot, so it's good to just get one and use that for the new shifter. And also for Plus, I got a new shifter from Z1. I thought I got the one that said Fairlady Z, but I did not, so that was my bad. But this is still pretty sick, pretty heavy, and this is everything that comes with the new shift knob. This is going to be a pretty straightforward install, so let's get right into it. Let's see what's in the short shifter box. Gotta stay hydrated, crew. Crazy hot outside. There's a nice breeze, but damn. All right, so this is everything that comes in the short shifter box. This is going to be your short shifter assembly, which is pretty hefty, pretty heavy. Feels very nice, so that is that. You also get a short shifter top plate, as well as a short shifter spacer, and you also get 3 30mm flange bolts. All right, so there's not gonna be many tools for this install, just your basic tools. But funny thing is, this was the first thing I installed in the Z back in like 2017, was the Morimoto shift knob. If that's not like one of the first things you do when you get a car, a manual car, you're wrong. We're gonna take this off. Pretty simple. I'm gonna walk you through how to do this step by step, and hopefully I don't mess anything up and it goes pretty straightforward. Also, you gotta make sure it's on neutral, but to take off this right here, it's like simple as the easy pull. I've taken this out plenty of times when I did my radio, so be careful. You don't want to break any tabs. Gonna disconnect back here. So once you get that panel off and get it disconnected, I'm gonna go down to remove the bolt that secures the shifter to the shift fork on the transmission. So if you go towards like the middle of the car where your white pipe is, you'll find it, and it is that right there. That is the shift boot. So take this out, check it out. That is the bolt that we're gonna have to remove right there. So it's definitely going to be a 12. And it's crazy because in the instructions, it does not say what size this bolt is. And I might need an extension. It's just like that, the bolt is out. Keep this here so it does not get lost. I'm gonna replace the boot. It's not that hard, actually. Take this off. We got it. So the boot looks pretty new, looks pretty fine. Doesn't look like I need to replace it, but since we got the part, we're gonna replace it. So now that the bolt is out, we are able to take this out, but you have to be very careful because it will spring out. So do it very slow, take your time, or else this might shoot you in the face. The 4 bolts that are up top are gonna be 10 mils. Should just come right out. That'll do it. So a little trick to get the 2 bolts that are at the bottom. Obviously the 2 top ones are gonna be very easy to get, but the center console gets in the way. So all you're gonna need is like a swivel 10 mil, and that should do the trick. I got one out, so I'm gonna get the other one, and let's move on to the next part. All right, so once those 4 bolts are removed, you are going to be able to take off this base plate. Hopefully it just comes out pretty easy. I don't have to take anything out and just like that, we have the base plate out. So now you're able to take off this boot, I believe. There we go. It's a big ass boot. All right. And there is the big ass boot. So now this is all wide open. Pretty sure all we're gonna have to do is take, this is ripped. Oh yeah, this boot is pretty cooked, but we're gonna have to use it again, so I don't have another one. And just like that, we have access to the shifter. Now all we're gonna have to do is take off these 3 10mm bolts, and when you put this back, make sure you put it back the way it is. There is an arrow that's pointing towards the passenger, which is how you're able to go into reverse. So as you can see, when you push down, it locks in right there, and that's how you get into reverse. And when you pop it out, it comes out and you're not able to go in reverse. So that is a pretty cool feature. So when you're putting this back, make sure you put that back that way. If you put everything back, you're gonna have to redo it and it's gonna suck. But let's take off these 10 mils. Again, be very careful because pretty sure there is a spring, so I'm just gonna loosen it one by one. Oh, that is out. All right. That is the shifter and the spring. We're gonna leave that right in there. Comparing these two, this one is pretty beefy compared to the OEM, and this just looks a lot nicer. So all we have to do now is put on the shifter onto this socket, and to do that we are going to use some white lithium grease, which is perfect for this application. So all we're gonna have to do is just lube it up a little bit, and hopefully this goes in. I do have to cut that zip tie. Don't really have anything to push this in, but we're just gonna use our strength. Yeah. Woo! First thing we're gonna do is put on this spacer that Z1 provides. So all we're gonna have to do is remove the OEM plate, place that right in there, which fits perfect, and then we're gonna put the OEM spring back on just like that. And then with the top plate provided from Z1, as you can see, there is like a half circle right there, as well as on the OEM shifter. All we're gonna do is just line up the 3 holes with the half circle on the side, and just like that we have assembled that. Now we're gonna have to put the shifter in, so let me go get that, and we're pretty much done. So I got the shifter right here, and like I mentioned, that half circle, this is gonna line up to that right there. It's like a little bump, little half circle on this shift socket, whatever you want to call it, and we're just gonna line it up just like that right in there. Perfect. So the 3 bolts that we took off earlier, we are no longer going to use these because we do have new provided longer bolts because of the spacers. So here are the 3 bolts that was provided. Z1 is going to do is just push this down a little bit. So we're just going to line everything up, put on this plate again, making sure you can see there's an arrow right there, and this little dent right here is where the reverse goes, so make sure that is pointing towards the passenger side. So make sure you guys don't tighten these quite yet, because now we have to go under and put on that OEM bolt that we took off earlier, as well as put on the new boot because I bought it, might as well install it. Let's go down there, get that done, and then we'll be able to tighten everything on and see how the new shifter feels. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, putting on the rubber boot under the car was such a headache. It took me about an hour, which is insane because that seemed to be the hardest part of this install. We finally got that all put together. I torqued down that OEM bolt that we took off in the beginning to 10 foot-pounds. That's what the instructions say, so that's what I went with. So now we're gonna button everything up top and tighten everything and put everything back together, and I'll show you guys how this thing feels. So for the base plate bolts, those are gonna have to be 80 foot-pounds.
No, so God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
What was that?
No!
What was that? What was that? Oh my God. Dude, what the actual... How am I supposed to fix this? The instructions clearly say 85 inch-pounds. Oh shit. I misread that and I saw 85 foot-pounds, but it is supposed to be inch-pounds. There's no way. There is no way. Oh my God. Guys, please take it from me. Please read the instructions carefully, because now I am stuck trying to do this. I just went to Harbor Freight. I got a few things to try to get this out, and I'm hoping I can get it out. So I'm gonna let you guys know what exactly I do if I get it out. Please pray for me, because this, I could have been done hours ago. This has cooked me completely. I've been trying to get out the screw, and I am not able to. That thing is, I think I drilled too much to the left, so instead of going straight through the middle of the bolt, I went on Z1's website, and I think I have to order a replacement, which will save me so much time, but I will have to get it overnighted and pay the little extra for shipping and install this. I think this would be the best and fastest solution instead of trying to save this. I think I'm gonna take the L and order this, and then continue the video whenever this comes in. Hopefully I think it will come in Tuesday morning, which I'm off, so hoping I can get this installed and in before we leave. If not, I'm gonna have to drive the Z like this, park it, because the Type R is gonna have to come in here. So I think I'm gonna have to take the L and order that. So I'll pick this back up when we install that. It's crazy. This was supposed to be such an easy install, and I messed up by not reading carefully. So don't be like me. Yeah, so I'll see you guys whenever that part comes in, because I'm over it. Guys, so we finally got the part from Z1. It came in today. It was actually supposed to get here yesterday, but it did not. So we're gonna open this, we're gonna install it, because I leave tomorrow, and this Z needs to be up and running because I need to get the Type R in here. So let's unpack it. I did remove the OEM one, which was a pain in that. And as you can see right there, I tried to drill it out and it did not work. So we got this out. I'm gonna compare it to the one from Z1, and then I'm gonna just install it. I'm not gonna record it because I just want to get this done. Once that is installed, we're gonna continue with the video. And if you guys hear my kids, they're in here because mom is not here right now, and I'm trying to get this done, as much done before she gets home. Dude, you just hit your head on the garage? You jumped?
No, I'm going like this.
Oh, no, dude. Of course, we got some Z1 stickers. And here is the Z1 shifter assembly bracket. Pretty sure this is their brand, but compared to the OEM, looks pretty much the same. OEM and Z1. Yep, it's pretty much identical. So let me get this installed because I'm trying to get this done as fast as possible. Alright guys, so we're back to business. I got everything down there. If you ever have to replace that, trust me, it's probably like a 8 or 9 out of 10 to get that out and put one back in. But I got everything torqued down to spec. Everything is put back together. And I also bought a little torque wrench. This one goes to like 45 foot-pounds. So for anything small like this, I learned my lesson. Take it from me. Please read the instructions, or else you're gonna be spending more money than you should have. So the instructions say 85 inch-pounds, which converts to 7 foot-pounds. So that is what I'm gonna do. And this is set to 7. So I'm gonna torque all these down, get these tightened up a little bit, and let's hope these don't snap. Also got replacement bolt, which you're gonna see this kind of gold one, because of course the other one. 7. 7. Bam. So everything is torqued down to spec. I'm gonna double check. 7. 7 and 7. All right, so now before we button everything up, we have to make sure that the reverse lockout works. So we're gonna turn on the vehicle. It's gonna be kind of hard to push it down because there's no shift knob, but I'm gonna press the clutch in. Oof. Dude, even just that was so crisp and short. As you can see, the reverse camera is on. Probably not, but yep. So the reverse lockout works. Dude, that is crisp. Just even testing that out. Oh, that feels so good. Alright, so the reverse lockout works. Now we can put everything back together. The instructions say if your reverse lockout does not work, all you have to do is loosen the 3 bolts up top and just kind of shift it a little bit to the left, I'm assuming, because if it's too far right, then it's not going to catch on to the plate. So just make sure your reverse lockout works before you put everything back together. So like the beginning of the video, I measured the distance from first to second and it was about 2 inches. And I just did the same and it is insane. It only went up ½ inch up and ½ inch down. So in total, it is 1 inch of improvement. So we're gonna take the Z out. We got everything pretty much buttoned up. We got the Z on the ground. Everything is good to go. I did the measurements. Don't mind the shift knob because I actually don't have the adapter that goes onto the new shift knob. So I'm gonna have to order that, but for the sake of the video, let's go for a test drive and let's see how the short shifter feels. It is dark, so I don't know how bright I'm gonna have this light, but let's go do it and hopefully we notice a huge difference. Again, I'm sorry for the bad lighting, but we're just gonna have to open the windows. Alright, I'll go into second. Whoa! Dude, I did not even know I was in gear. Do you guys ever try to drive with your dome light on? Dude, the shifter feels amazing though. Beefy, if that makes sense, and the throws are so much shorter. Yeah. Oh. %100% worth it. 100. It is noticeably different. It feels amazing. 100% worth it. When you turn here, cause I ain't gonna be able to. Ready? Got it. Let's go. First gear. It is so dark, and in my street there are no street lights. We're gonna drive back home because it is late and I have a flight early tomorrow morning and I had to get this done to get the Type R in. So let's head home and wrap this video up. So we made it back home. The Z is back in the garage as well as the Type R. It's been outside for like 2 days and I absolutely hate when the Z is outside. They're both in the garage, safe and sound. And now for the Z1 Motorsports short shifter on the 370Z. I must say it's an easy install, but it's very annoying, especially when you mess something up like the shifter assembly bracket and you over torque it, break a bolt, and then you're unable to fix it. But if I did not do that, everything would have been straightforward. I would have been done that same day. As you guys know, I had to wait a few days for the part to come from Z1. Besides that, the short shifter is noticeably different from the OEM. If you're on the fence about getting the short shifter from Z1, just do it. Trust me, it's pretty affordable and it's an easy install if you do everything correctly the first time. If you guys need the link, I'll link it down below. I have no affiliate with Z1, so it's not gonna benefit me in any way, but if you guys are trying to get it, they're about $150, I believe, compared to other short shifters that are slightly more expensive. If you have any questions about the fitment or the install, drop them in the comments below. I do try my best and I pretty much reply to everybody in the comments. So drop down a comment if you have any questions. So that's gonna wrap up the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the install on the short shifter for the 370Z. The next video should be, and I'm hoping it will be, the lowering springs for the FL5 because it is long overdue. I've had them for almost a year just sitting in my garage and ready to install into the FL5. So if you're interested, if you want to keep up to date, don't forget to subscribe, leave me a comment, give me a huge thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video.